Welcome to week 4 of conciliation. This week we will be investigating evidence. Mind the pun. This week we need to consider evidence in conciliation proceedings from two sides, one being the rendering of evidence and the other being the confidentiality attached to the evidence that has been provided at the conciliation. Traditionally, when dealing with any type of dispute, the parties to the dispute depend heavily on presenting their side or proof of their view regarding the dispute. However, as you've come to learn over the first 3 weeks, conciliation is unique to other dispute resolution methods in many ways, and how evidence is used and presented in conciliation proceedings is no different. We know that in other areas of dispute resolution, it is imperative that all parties are granted the right to share their side of the scenario. This is usually where the parties present paperwork or witness accounts to prove their standing. In conciliation, we take a slightly different approach. It is important to remember that not every conciliation acts as the intended destination in the dispute process, and sometimes conciliations happen before a matter moves to court or a separate alternative dispute process, which results in the conciliation merely being utilized as a means to reducing the number of issues before the presiding officer. That being said, it is imperative that the parties can share with the intent to meaningfully resolve as many of the issues as possible during the conciliation process. Firstly, let's address the issue of what can be shared with the evidence provided in a conciliation proceeding. I briefly introduced you to this in the first couple of weeks. Can you remember? The question again a little differently. What information provided during the conciliation process can be used for subsequent proceedings? Nothing. This is one of the benefits of the conciliation process. Parties can share openly without being concerned that what they say will be used against them should conciliation fail. This is because the conciliation proceedings occur without prejudice. Officially, no external evidence should be shared with the conciliator, but in order for the conciliator to truly grasp the issues between the parties have to share their version of events which created or added to the issue at hand. Take a moment to consider how each party will be able to share their side of the story. As you can imagine, the conciliator will have to rely heavily on what is being said to him or her and will need to be open to listening to hearing everything, but only truly hearing the points of concern. As you can imagine, this means that we have to take a very unique approach to providing evidence in conciliation. Your word is your power, which means that you must ensure that if you are one of the parties, or representing one of the parties, that you have a clear and succinct explanation for the dispute, as well as what you want to achieve by the information you put before the conciliator. Bearing in mind that the conciliation can take place in person or through a voice-activated conversation, words will be important. In addition to words, good faith intentions is imperative. Now, let's see how this works through the activities you do this week. Good luck.